Welcome back to another brand new episode, E on the mic. I'm your host E, and today we are making our Week 6 predictions. Last week we finally are in the double-digit win column there, 10-6. Yes, 10-6, even though it should have been 12-4, but we'll take it. We'll take the double digits there. Yes, I'll be right. I'll be wrong for me to say that I picked the Lions, which that should have never happened. Broncos should have won. Packers, but we're not gonna go. We're not gonna go too much into that. We're gonna be predicting here. If you want to do this with me, run your pool, which will be a link in the bio. And if you have more than me, you have a chance to win your own jersey from me. Washington and Chicago. So, the Bears are playing at home, playing against Carson Wentz. These two teams hopefully could be a little bit interesting than last Thursday night, which was Denver and Colts, which that was a sleep fest. I'm hoping this is not going to be that case. I'm not really trusting Chicago's offensive line, but Carson Wentz at times has been Wentzing to watch right now, and I just feel Washington's due for a win though, especially how Washington came very close of winning last week against the Titans for 3 seconds. Of course, he threw that pick six, almost looking like Russell Wilson. While Chicago almost came. They did make a comeback over the Vikings, but fell short. I can actually see Chicago winning this, and I'm gonna go with Chicago. I'm gonna go with my gut here. I like Chicago there. I just feel maybe Washington will replace Carson Wentz if he starts to struggle against Chicago. I just feel I really like Chicago's defense more than Washington's defense. Washington's defense hasn't looked too much apart than Chicago's defense. Not saying that Chicago's offense is gonna do much either, but I do trust in them more than I trust in Washington. So give me Chicago in this situation. Miami against Minnesota. Miami coming from a rough loss against the Jets 40-17, while Minnesota's coming off from a miraculous victory over the Chicago Bears. Miami is injury prone here. I do like the Vikings situation here just because of Miami situation of injuries. We're not sure. Miami is not even sure if Tyreek Hill will be playing. Their top two corners will be playing there. And I just don't really like our defense. The offense defense is right now, and our offense right now. Even though most likely be Teddy Bridgewater will be playing against Minnesota. If not, it would be Skylar Thompson at the quarterback helm. But I just really like the healthy Minnesota Vikings, Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, and Adam Thielen. So give me the Minnesota Vikings. The Patriots and Cleveland. Two teams coming off of 2-3. Browns coming off from a loss. New England coming off from a great victory here. I know I haven't went for not Cleveland, the Patriots in a minute, and I feel like this is necessary for them to win this football game here. I like the Patriots here. As much as I like to go with the Browns as the home team here, the play calls for the Browns was questionable last week. Now, let's not even talk about the Chargers, which we'll talk about that later on once we get to that pick for the Monday Night Football. But I really don't really trust in the Browns, even though I do trust in that run game. I'm not trusting in that defense. That defense scares me, especially in the month of October. And New England's starting to pull it up with their defense. I expect the same thing to happen against Cleveland, and that Patriots offense will thrive against Cleveland. So give me New England in this situation right here. San Francisco and Atlanta. This is going to be a home game for Atlanta. Atlanta's coming from a tough loss, especially a controversy sack that was on Tom Brady, while San Francisco coming off from a great victory against Carolina Panthers. Now, I want to say this will be a walk on the park for San Francisco, especially I want to say that San Francisco can win this game. Atlanta right now is looking like a fine team. Cannot lie. Atlanta's not a team to sleep on. San Francisco's defense, I feel, is going to be too much for Atlanta. So, as much as I like to say Atlanta, I'm going to go over San Francisco. San Francisco's defense is shown to prove to be a nightmare to mess with. If you look at San Francisco against the Rams, the Panthers, the past 2 weeks, been destroying them. And of course, you probably could say about Denver, which Denver scored 11, which they did win that. And then the second game against Seattle only held them to 7 points. Besides, of course, the Bears game. But I really like San Francisco's defense and offense more than Atlanta's offense and defense. So give me San Francisco. Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh, I feel this is not going to be too much of a question here. I'm going to still go with Tampa Bay. Pittsburgh's coming up from a huge loss against the Buffalo Bills, while Tampa Bay is coming up from a miraculous win there. I feel the Pittsburgh Steelers are in shambles right now. They're not. It's not looking great on the bright side for Pittsburgh, and I feel this could be their losing season here. And I do like Tom, even though the Buccaneers offense hasn't been too much apart. I haven't seen the same Brady as I saw last season. I like Tampa Bay more in this situation here in Pittsburgh. Even though they're going on the road, I would just rather trust in Tampa right now than Pittsburgh, especially they don't have TJ Watt and now Kenny Pickett at the quarterback helm. Now I'm not saying Kenny Pickett will not do great in this game. He'll do much better than that Buffalo Bills game, but I do feel that Tampa Bay will come off with a victory here. So give me Tampa on the road. Cincinnati and New Orleans, one coming off from a loss, other coming off from a great victory over Seattle. Cincinnati losing against the Baltimore with that. New Orleans coming off of that great victory there. I just feel it could be a shootout. There's a way this game could be a shootout here in New Orleans for Cincinnati and New Orleans. I just had that feeling. Even though T. Higgins right now is injured right now, if New Orleans could somehow do a shootout with Cincinnati, I feel it'll go down the wire. But I do feel the Bengals will come off with the victory here. So I'm going to go with the Bengals in this situation here. Now, always mind with the New Orleans Saints defense. I really like their defense more, but I feel it's just going to be a shootout with Joe Burrow and surprisingly going to be Andy Dalton. The shootout here, even though it's rare for me to say that, especially how Andy Dalton is nowadays. But Taysom Hill right now going for 4 touchdowns. That's gonna be the main key to stopping the Saints. There, also, is Taysom Hill. You gotta lock him down. Taysom Hill will run all over you if you don't. Baltimore and the Giants. Giants will surprise me here. 4-1. Well, Baltimore's 3-2. Man, man, oh man, it's gonna be a good one. Saquon Barkley against that Baltimore's defense. Baltimore's defense corners and hasn't been great, although they were great against the Cincinnati Bengals. You gotta give credit where credit's due. That's with that Baltimore's defense. My main issue with Baltimore is of not choking leads. They choked the leads against the Dolphins. They choked the lead against the Bills. The Giants have made a comeback, especially against the Green Bay Packers in London game. You gotta put the matter of fact there for real for the Giants, even though they did beat the Green Bay Packers, which is part of it. I still want to see if they can beat the Baltimore Ravens. If so, call me crazy here. I was originally going to go for Baltimore here in this situation, but I'm going to go for the upset here for the Giants. I'm going to go for the upset. I think I'm going to get a little bit convinced here. I feel the upset is going to happen here. I could be totally wrong on this one, but I feel this could be an upset right here. I feel the Giants will become legitimate right here in this situation. I just really see it. I can see it. I can see the upset. I haven't gone for the Giants as too much often this season, but I really like it. I really give him a shot. I'll give them a shot here. I'll give the Giants, Sharks, Baltimore Ravens in New York. Give me the Giants. The Green Bay Packers against the Jets. Now, Jets coming off of a great victory over Miami, 40-17, while Green Bay is coming from a devastating loss, which they should never have lost to the Giants the way they were going. Now, I feel this could be a trap game for Green Bay. Even though it's at home, is it going to be a Lambeau Field? I'm feeling the trap there of that. But I'm going to rely on Green Bay more of the veteran experience of Aaron Rodgers, and he'll figure out a way to get his receivers going, especially going almost game year of this NFL season. And I like a Green Bay there. I still feel the Jets will make this game close. I don't say that this is going to be a blowout. I think this is going to be very close, but I'm going to go with Green Bay in this situation right here. Colts and Jacksonville. I don't think I'm going to put too much emphasis here. As much as I want to say Colts will somehow make a victory here, I'm going to go with Jacksonville here just because the way how the Colts were playing the past few weeks right now. The one in Denver where barely anybody could score there. The Colts are hoping to at least score at least a touchdown here or so. Not even sure if we're going to get Jonathan Taylor back or Hines back right now because Hines did get hurt with that concussion protocol, which knock on wood for his recovery, you know. And just looking at that in Jacksonville, how they dominate in Jacksonville. Now, the question is, can Jacksonville beat them at their house? I can feel that's going to happen, but I feel it's going to be a little bit more closer than how it was. It was a blowout in week one. I feel this game will be a little bit closer. I'm going to trust in Jacksonville in this situation. Arizona and Seattle. Both teams going 2-3. One from a devastating loss against the Eagles. The other one losing by 7 against the Saints. Division rivals can go either or. I've been liking Geno Smith. I like the hot hand more than Arizona right now. So I'm going to go with Seattle. I feel like more of the hot hand right now, especially how Seattle has been playing. I know there's not going to be Rashad Penny, but I know Kenneth Walker is going to be there for the Seattle Seahawks. And you saw how he played Michigan State. He's going to be good for them. I really do see that. Of course, Seattle needs to improve their own line, of course, and a little bit more on their defensive side. But give me Seattle in situation. Division rivals, I feel these rivals will split with each other. And as much as you even want to say Arizona, I like Seattle in situation. So I'm going to trust the hand on Seattle. So give me Seattle in this situation. Rams and Carolina. Carolina just fired their head coach Rule. So I'm going to go with the Rams. I feel this is going to be a bounce back game for the Rams after going 2-game losing streak as right now for the Rams. And I feel they're going to go right back to the winning column, especially PJ Walker's going to be the quarterback here. I feel PJ Walker will struggle. Now that doesn't mean that PJ Walker won't score. That's a different story. But I just feel they're going to struggle against LA at Los Angeles. It's going to be the Rams. Give me the Rams. Now, these next two games, it's going to be interesting. Two primetime games. One at 4:25, which will start off with the Buffalo and Kansas City Chiefs. Going to be in the Chiefs' kingdom. Both teams are meeting each other since the AFC divisional playoffs, and you know how that ended. You know how that ended. A wild chaos that made it to change the overtime rules in the playoffs. I feel this game could be a shootout, but at the same time, if the Chiefs played how they played on Monday night, where they're trailing behind and they let Buffalo lead like the Raiders were 17-0 at one point, this got to go with Buffalo. And I really do like Buffalo here. I feel Buffalo can find a way to make Mahomes struggle, even though it's going to be in Kansas City. I feel there's going to be a way that Buffalo can make this a tough game for Mahomes and the Chiefs. There's no Tyreek Hill. They got to figure out a way to attack that Buffalo's defense. And I feel Buffalo's defense is going to come up big and will beat the Kansas City Chiefs big time. Count that. It's going to be big time, but it's going to be make it close in the beginning. But near the end, I feel the Buffalo's going to pull away from the Chiefs. Even though Mahomes will try to make a comeback, Buffalo will pull away as we keep going. The Sunday night game, Dallas, Philadelphia. These two teams fighting for the NFC East division crown. Who will get this victory here? Now, I've been really thinking about this right now. Philadelphia, 5-0. They're playing some teams that's been on the schedule. Washington, the Commander, Detroit Lions, Jacksonville, the Cardinals, while Dallas getting great victories over the Rams, getting victories over the Commanders, and especially with the high hand Cooper Rush. It's kind of tough because I really want to say Philadelphia will get upset, but I just don't know if it's going to be at home. I feel Philadelphia, if this was in Jerry World, and I'm really liking Dallas defense. It's like really tempting. It's either or. It's like you can't go wrong in this situation. It's like either or. You're kind of betting 50-50 at this point. This is like more like half. I feel this game's gonna be like very tight in this game, and I feel right now they're gonna go more Cooper Rush unless we're gonna see Dak Prescott in that game. If I see Dak Prescott in that game, I don't know how I feel if I even choose Dallas. But I'm going with the whole team. Go with the same pick. Go Philadelphia. Not sure if Dallas defense needs to stop Jalen Hurts' run game. That run game is a killer, especially when you see play through that and that passing game is going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to go with Philadelphia. This is going to be a close one, very close game. And our Monday night game, the Chargers and the Broncos. This one is no brainer there. Give me the Chargers there. Now the Chargers better not start acting up. Like they almost lost to the Browns because of a 4th down and 2. Now, I feel this game will be more out of proportion, but I feel it's going to be more of a 31 points, as in give me the score of 24-7, I feel. And that's going to do it here, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in for Week 6 predictions. Can we go back to double digits? We went 10-6 last week. So, by the way, also do the run your pools to compete with me throughout the season. Until then, have a great day, guys. Until then, I will see you guys next. Until then, take care. Peace.